ladies and gentlemen, we are live here in the great state of Connecticut. We're in the heart of Connecticut in Hartford, Connecticut, to bring you Monday Night Raw. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a great night of action. Later on tonight, we will see the first of many King of the Ring qualifying matches, as it will be the big man, Bronson Reed, taking on Luke Gallowa. Winner qualifies for the first spot of the King of the Ring tournament. Later on tonight, in the main event, John Cena is here to defend his United States Championship in another open challenge match. Which participant will step out through those curtains and challenge John Cena for the U.S. title? And ladies and gentlemen, coming up right now to kick things off, the debuting of the former NXT Tag Team Champions, the Creed Brothers, against Alpha Academy.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 515 pounds, Brutus and Julius, the Creed Brothers.
Julius and Brutus Creed form the Creed Brothers. These two have amateur wrestling background, and like I said, they were formerly NXT Tag Champions before losing those set titles at Battlegrounds against New Quarter Catch Crew, and then was later on drafted over here on the Red brand, and they're making their most anticipated debut against a team, no offense, kind of floundering in the tag team division. In the Alpha Academy, they have lots and lots of great talent, but for some reason they can't quite put it together.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 486 pounds, Otis and Akira Tozawa, the Alpha Academy.
Otis, former tag team with Tucker way back when he broke out into the industry. Akira Tozawa went on the singles push. Didn't quite work out for him. He ended up joining the alliance of Otis and Chad Gable, later on Maxine Dupree, to form Alpha Academy, as Chad Gable's been willing these two to try to get more consistent victories. Like I said, a lot of talent here in this for this squad, but just haven't been able to put it together. Alpha Academy looking to give a good, strong test to the Creed Brothers. Creed Brothers about to get ready to set for action. I talked to them earlier today. They said they are excited and been waiting for the call to make their Raw debut, and they're excited to face Alpha Academy. They say they have a lot of respect for Otis, Akira Tozawa, Chad Gable, and they would love to be in this opportunity to put on a show for the people here live in Omaha, Nebraska. And here we go. And stepping up to the plate first is Julius Creed, going right after Akira Tozawa. Akira Tozawa, the smaller man in this matchup for between either team by a long shot. A lot of people say Alpha Academy isn't as strong as it could be, because instead of Otis and Chad, lately it's been Akira Tozawa and Otis, as Chad's trying to do all he can to maybe get a singles push. Maybe he'll be part of the King of the Ring tournament. We'll have more about that coming up later on. And we have a qualifying match set for contest next. As we saw earlier, Bronson Reed will go one-on-one with Luke Gallowa, and a great German suplex takes Akira Tozawa inside out, landing on his belly. It's not how you want to be tossed around by this strong man in Julius Creed, and he looks to go for a tag. Akira Tozawa smartly trying to get out of the corner, goes for a roll up here, the cover, not even a count. But I think he's just trying to get out of that predicament, being in the corner. He didn't want to be where he was at, and now Julius still with those hard right hooks. Akira Tozawa taking those punches, staying in front of him, but they get German suplexing and belly to belly variant. And as I say, tonight we start qualifying matches for the King and the Ring tournament. Later on, we'll have some for the Queen of the Ring, as a tag has been made, and now you see the tag team prowess of the Creed Brothers right now, driving their knees into the sternum and the head of Akira Tozawa, rotating, going back and forth, and then Brutus now in here with a nice athletic cannonball drop to Akira Tozawa. But ladies and gentlemen, we are so excited to bring you the King and Queen of the Ring tournament. Qualifying match start tonight. We'll continue on SmackDown, NXT through. We won't have any qualifying matches at NXT Next Level. That's the next PLE coming your way. But they know a tag team, good tag team prowess as as Akira Tozawa tags in Otis so he can get the freshman out there and going right to work on Brutus. And Otis is welcoming the new guy with brute strength to Brutus onto ringside mat. And the referee at to count of 3, but we are really excited. Big implications, as you guys know. We will get more into it, getting ahead of ourselves about King and Queen of the Ring. We'll talk more into that when those matches do happen, but be set for qualifying matches left and right so we get to the first round of the King and Queen of the tournament. Out to the count of 7 now. Otis gotta get Brutus back in. Finally does at a count of 8, almost was a count of 9, and Otis back in. You know, people wonder why the Alpha Academy, we got a pin here, cover 1, and just a 1 count. People wonder what the talent are surrounding of this faction and Alpha Academy. Otis, Chad Gable, you know, Maxine Dupree, who is acting as a manager here alongside Chad Gable, but is trying her best to learn wrestling and become a professional wrestler herself. Why they can't put consistent wins together. And you know, when you talk to Chad, you see sometimes he comes out and gets very irritated. Now Brutus with the belly-to-belly suplex, as it looks like sometimes Otis and Tozawa doesn't take things seriously. Sometimes you'll see Otis do the worm, which pisses Chad Gable off, and you know, he calls himself OTs, trying to have like a cocky, you know, way about it. And Chaz is all business. He is all about pro wrestling. Another amateur background for Chad Gable, former, you know, Olympian as well, and collegiate athlete. Again, these shots with those knees to these alternating knee strikes for the skull and the rib of their opponents by the Creed Brothers. Julius is back into the match, getting a shot at Otis, who Otis is a big dude. Like, I mean, this guy is moving. He can move. He's big, but Julius somehow picks him up, perches him on the top rope, and flips him over. What a maneuver. I don't know what to call that. This crowd is loving it, and Julius is fired up, putting the straps down, trying to get into that next gear. Oh, sending him in, but Otis bounced off the referee. Hope the referee's okay. Now a shoulder block as Julius again trying to out-muscle, out-strength, and power. Otis now driving that shoulder into the sternum of Otis. Shades of Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle style, and a lot of the mat wrestlers of that style of amateur wrestling backgrounds. And Julius now picking up. Otis hits him with a right hand that spins Otis around, and he hits him with another German suplex. A lot of suplexes. Oh, right now taking out Akira Tozawa right there, trying to, like I said, cut off the ring, trying to keep it a 2-on-1 scenario. That's smart by these tag teams of Creed Brothers, while they were former NXT tag team champions before new quarter catch through Charlie Dempsey. And but he couldn't. Otis able to make a tag. But until those guys hit the scene, they had been dominant in the NXT scene. They're trying to see if they have the same success here on the main roster. I shouldn't call it the main roster, as all three now are like main rosters, but here on Raw, and Julius again with those German suplexes, just picking apart a Tozawa. And now Brutus with brute strength, military presses into a moonsault. What athleticism for somebody of his size. Shouldn't move like that. And now he's getting fired up here in Omaha. Akira Tozawa in a heap of trouble here. He needs to find a way to get to his corner again. I don't know why he wanted to get back in this match. I don't think he was fully recovered. And again, Brutus going right back to the well, and it connects once again. Akira Tozawa, all out of sorts, cannot roll out the way and find escape from that move. And again, look at this. Look at this, the blood rushing to the head of Akira Tozawa before it gets slammed down on the mat very hard and viciously. Brutus and Julius are rolling here in this one. Sends him into the corner again. He just collapses down. The work has been done, and Otis trying to ask for a tag. And again, Julius wisely knocks Otis off the apron, and now sends Akira Tozawa back in. Got another tag. And looking to set something up here. Sends him into Brutus, picks him up. Julius, oh my God! Off the middle rope clothesline. Clothesline German suplex combination into the cover. And they got him. The Creed brothers pick up an impressive victory here tonight in their Raw debut.
Brutus and Judas, the Creed brothers.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, their squad, they were NXT Tag Team Champions for a reason. Welcome to Raw, the Creed brothers.
Today's gonna be the day you notice, 'cause I'm tired of explaining what the joke is.
This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crowd. Fire in the sunrise. Ashes raining down. Try to hold it in, but it keeps bleeding out. This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crowd.
Turn to run, now look what it's become.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the King of the Ring tournament is slowly approaching. And tonight, we're having our first qualifying match, and it starts off right now.
Scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Black Forest, South Australia, weighing in at 330 pounds, Big Bronson Reed.
From one former NXT member drafted over from Raw to the next, we talked about the Creed brothers being on Raw, being on NXT before drafted to Raw. The same has been said for this young man, and Bronson Reed, who is getting a lot of opportunities. Adam Pearce is very high on this young man for all good reasons. He's got the size, the power, the charisma to be an absolute player on the Raw roster. Had a chance to qualify Money in the Bank, obviously lost that triple threat match, had a very impressive showing, so Adam Pearce is giving him another chance here tonight to qualify for the King of the Ring tournament. But he has no easy task, as tonight he's going up against the veteran, tag team veteran, the big man, and no other than the good brother, Luke Gallowa.
And his opponent, accompanied by Carl Anderson, by way of Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 292 pounds, Luke Gallowa.
And always being accompanied by his good friend, brother, in Carl Anderson. Luke Gallows getting opportunity. Rare opportunity for most men in the tag team division. We see sometimes people that are in the tag team division, they get relegated there, especially if they're really good. Top tag teams around the world, you hear announcer Micro talk about their time from Tokyo in Japan, where they've dominated the tag team scene in New Japan Pro Wrestling and elsewhere. Now he gets an opportunity here to maybe, for the first time here in the WWE, get a singles opportunity, but he's got to go against the young, hungry, big Bronson Reed. Out the gates, Luke Gallows wasted no time, taking it to the youngster, right on way, running DDT, flushed him on the top of the skull, he kicked on it too, and I thought we had a flash knockout right there. Bronson Reed getting dumped on the crown of his head and was out for at least 2.5 seconds. I guess pure instinct, got him to kick out of this match. Luke Gallows, the veteran presence paying dividends right there. And now they're in a collar and arm tie-up. And now Luke Gallows got the head, wrenching on the head and the neck, trying to wear the big man down. I like the strategy, but maybe you might want to take away his legs, the tree trunk legs of big Bronson Reed. And now Bronson Reed powers out of the power and a vicious clothesline, bouncing Luke Gallows' skull off the mat. Caught him with the rebounding clothesline, and again, Luke Gallows able to impose his will on the big man. The referee doing what he can to get them off the ropes. Luke Gallows obliges, and a couple kicks, a shot, another kick to the gut, sets him up, picks him up, and slams him down. How is Luke Gallows doing this? I know he's not no small man, but Bronson Reed is not small in any sense of the word. Not short, he's not small at all. Probably outweighs Luke Gallows by at least 30 pounds, if not more, with all due respect to Bronson Reed. Man looks like a powerlifter, built kind of like a Mark Henry type bodybuilder, or not bodybuilder, sorry, powerlifter like I was alluding to. Comes from Australia. And these two jockeying for position again, slowing the pace down where Luke Gallowa can control it. And that's another thing. Bronson isn't big and strong and powerful. He's also quick. He can move around. We talked about it in Otis. Guys their size shouldn't be able to move around like they do, and they can. Imagine a lineman moving at the rate of speed that Bronson Reed, if you're a running back and you got a freaking DN as size of Bronson Reed moving as fast as you, that would be a scary individual to meet head up in a car clash collision. That's what Luke Gallowa is facing right now, facing a guy like Bronson Reed, but he's seemingly taking it to a fall away slam right there, or spin out fall away slam, I should say. But Bronson Reed wrenching on the legs and corkscrew takedown, and now he's got the upper hand as that is pissing off Carl Anderson, as he can do nothing else but just sit and watch. And off the ropes with that cannonball splash into the cover. Two, he might have them, and Luke Gallowa gets the shoulder up at 2.9. Oh, no. Bronson Reed going to the top rope. Bronson Reed dropping all that weight onto the sternum. That could have crushed his whole stomach organs, and it didn't. He kicks out. Bronson can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm very stunned. I know it's very early on in this matchup, but a guy of his size crashing down on you twice on your stomach, your chest, that could crush you. But the crowd loving it in an athletic maneuver again with looks like a monkey flip neck breaker type ordeal, in my opinion. I'm not the greatest at knowing every move and holds in the books. I don't know all that. I'm not your great announcers like a Mervs or a Jerry or a Jim Ross. I do the best that I can. I'm better than Vince McMahon. Oh, sorry, I can't mention that name. It's been banned. And all the action spills outside. And now we got Luke Gallowa taking it to Bronson Reed as the referees count. And Bronson Reed getting picked up. Fireman carry like, but he just elbows his way out of it. Oh, picks him up now. Him and the fireman, and then just dumps him on his neck. To the chagrin of Carl Anderson. Luke Gallowa may be out. He's wobbly. His legs, he's on dream streak. Bronson Reed throws him into the ring right before the count of 8. Into the cover. Referee, perfect position. 2. And got him. Bronson Reed's headed to the King of the Ring tournament.
Here is your winner, Big Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed is the first official participant in the King of the Ring tournament. And ladies and gentlemen, he is going to be a household name in that tournament and a big problem for whoever else wants to face him. As you see right there, he has made his way into a 32 participant stacked King of the Ring tournament in the men's division. We will find out more later down the line who will join him. But ladies and gentlemen, how it will stack up is we will have the qualifying matches, and I believe I want to say round 2 and beyond will be held at King of the Ring PLE night 1 or 2, and this all will culminate. The 2 finalists will go on to SummerSlam.
Put it all on the line. See the look in my eyes. True first and guidance, you cutting them down to size. 24/7, my dreams, not 9 to 5. One shot.
As we are back here, wait, what is this? CVTV. It's, oh my God, that's Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa attacking Randy Orton in the parking lot. What is the meaning of this? And now just spears him, does Jimmy, adding insult to injury, mocking Randy Orton. And no, Solo, no, my God, spike. Samoan spike to the throat. And they're just assaulting. We need to get security out here. This is happening way too much. I know that's just part of the business. But when is enough's enough? And oh my God, it just threw his head into the windshield. We need security out here ASAP. We've already saw Cody Rhodes take it out at Money in the Bank. I have no idea on any world his condition quite yet. Several Money in the Bank participants took the night off to rest. I thought Randy Orton would be one of them after competing in 2 matches. No. Do not do it. Oh my God, Solo with that Shield S powerbomb onto the windshield. We need some help out here. Security or medicals, I need to check on Randy Orton. We need to cut to commercial.
Today's gonna be the day you notice, 'cause I'm tired of explaining what the joke is.
This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crowd. Fire in the sunrise. Ashes raining down. Try to hold it in, but it keeps bleeding out. This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crowd.
Turn to run, now look what it's become. Outnumbered 10-1, back then should have bit your tongue.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here. Finally, medical staff and security was able to get to Randy Orton and help him, and he's being taken to a local hospital nearby. And I thought we were getting ready to get to our main event match, but I guess we're getting interrupted here by the new Raw and WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, and Damage Control coming out here to gloat and steal the spotlight. Ladies and gentlemen, at Money in the Bank, as you take a look right here, Io Sky and Dakota Kai would defeat Becky and Trish Stratus. No thanks to the help by an anonymous person, or, we've been seeing women being attacked over and over by somebody in masks, similar to Asuka's mask, spraying them with poison mist. They did that to Becky. Then Dakota Kai, while the referee was down, was able to take advantage, hit Trish Stratus with Dead Nation kick, followed up by Io Sky moonsault for them to become the new champions. And then in the co-main event, we will see Bayley defeat Bianca Belair to become the Raw Women's Champion, and in a shocking defeat in my opinion. But we're gonna get the word and see what they gotta say, so I'm gonna send it in to Bayley. Yeah, unfortunately, you guys are the queens of the Raw brand. Don't remind us. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for the inappropriate language used by Bayley right here. She's disrespecting Trish and the rest of them in the locker room as they're just trying to gloat in their glory. Now she's directing that disrespect to Bianca. You better watch what you say, because you might have to eat your words soft and sweet. And as I say that, here comes Trish Stratus. She is running down the ring. She is trying to get her hands on somebody, and she just kicked the hell out of Dakota Kai. Bayley lying in wait, able to capitalize on that and giving it to Trish, but maybe not. Trish fighting back, but but Io Sky taking down Trish, and now you see the numbers game playing a factor as they're just jumping Trish Stratus down. Bayley picking up Trish, kicks her in the gut. Oh, plan delivered. And now Dakota Kai coming back in the ring as Bayley is taunting this crowd here in Hartford, Connecticut, as now Dakota and Io Sky are attacking and jumping Trish Stratus. We need to get some help again. Trish, like Becky, putting herself in a peculiar situation, all for pride. They're gonna, oh my God! Asuka, is she here? Yes, she is! And she's got the Money in the Bank briefcase in hand, and she's making a beeline to the ring. Dakota and Bayley getting the hell out of the way. Io Sky, they're pleading with Io Sky to come down, and Io Sky doesn't. She doesn't leave the ring. Asuka has just entered the ring, and Io Sky meeting her. These two women staring a hole through each other. Oh my God, what can we have here?
Put it all on the line. See the look in my eyes. True versatiles, we cutting them down to size. 24/7, my dreams, not 9 to 5. One shot.
and gentlemen, we have no time to waste. Getting right back to the action with the GOAT himself, the current and defending United States champion, the one and only John Cena! Because it is time for the main event. John Cena will be looking to defend his United States Championship in an open challenge. And ladies and gentlemen, what a night it's been. A lot of superstars getting a night off after a big money in the bank PLE. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. That PLE getting a massive support from you guys. Plenty more to come. Keep sharing the love as I'm going to stop talking and give it the floor to John Cena. Well, I mean, it's true, Roman decides to show up when he wants. I know he's probably not going to like that. I know the Bloodline's probably not going to like that. We know that they're here somewhere lurking backstage. We saw them take out Randy Orton earlier. We hope Randy's okay. We'll have more words and updates on his condition later on as the weeks progress. Oh. Wow. John Cena is fired up. He is in the United States, that King of the Ring tournament because he's the United States champion. As all champions got put in the tournament, gets a qualifying match by. John Cena's fired up. He's here. John Cena is declaring that he will become the 17-time world champion, which will respectfully dethrone the current. Well, he's tied with Ric Flair, for 16 all time. Well, King of the Ring's a great way to start, as John Cena is basically making a statement, the quest to number 17. And the bold statements continue. John Cena is basically saying every match he faces anyone in the King of the Ring tournament, he will be defending his United States Championship on the line if he can win here tonight. And he just said, who has the cojones backstage to go one-on-one with the great one? And oh my goodness, I think I know who's answering the call. As here comes the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, live here in Omaha, Nebraska. But my question is, which of these two men are going to answer the challenge? My personal opinion, I think, is Montez Ford. A lot of people have picked him to be the next up-and-coming superstar main eventer in the business. No shade to Angelo Dawkins, but a lot of people see the energy, the charisma, the talent. A lot of them has compared Montez Ford to another up-and-comer, like a Carmelo Hayes. They say he has the charisma, the talent of Shawn Michaels. He has the athletic ability of Hall of Famers such as Rob Van Dam. He is cut from those type of cloths, even though he has been put in a situation where he's been in the tag team division for quite some time, since his days at NXT with Angelo Dawkins, former NXT tag team champions. Unfortunately, as of right now, no such luck of being champion here on Raw or SmackDown, back in the day known as the main roster. But can their fortunes turn here tonight as Montez Ford is set to challenge for that United States champion? Now I'm sitting on the microphone for the official announcements.
Introducing the challenger From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 232 pounds, Montez Ford. And his opponent, from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, the WWE United States Champion, the greatest of all time, John Cena!
And you heard Mike Rome also say it. Arguably the greatest of all time, the greatest to do it in John Cena. But if he can enter the King of the Ring tournament, or not enter, if he can become a finalist in the King of the Ring tournament and win it and get to SummerSlam and win the world title for 17th time, there will be no more arguments, as he will be undoubtedly the greatest of all freaking time in this business today. And I'm not even talking about WWE, I mean of all of professional wrestling. But right now, the GOAT is in trouble as Montez Ford taking it to Cena, but Cena hitting him with a drop kick. Cena going for a cover there. Very peculiar decision. Not even the one, like didn't even get a count. Cena, what is Cena doing? Cena! Cena going to unusual territories. And he took a risk, and it did pay off. And now Montez Ford going high fly. That's something he does all the time. That is in his repertoire, and he lands and connects. And he flew a pretty good ways, because John Cena was not right there. He flew for the top turnbuckle, going for a cover. Again, interesting decision. Maybe trying to get John Cena slipping, one count. Trying to get John Cena slipping. This is a disadvantage for Cena to do an open challenge. You don't know who your opponent is. You might have never seen them wrestle. You might have never worked with them. You might have never trained with them. You might not know a damn thing about it. Could be somebody at the stands. You never know. So you're putting your title on the line against somebody you have no idea to study for. And we see a people's moonsault. Montez Ford showing his fandom to the Rock there. Also shades of Ricochet, which I don't even know if Ricochet's with the company more after him and the rest of, the Hurt Business get taken out by seemingly, looks like, I don't want to say it, but it didn't look good. If it's who I think it is, everybody could be in trouble. And look at the power of Montez Ford just lifting Cena up and letting Cena fall flat on his sternum. And now, trying to rush in, but Cena catches him with the knee. Montez Ford, the quicker man, the more agile man. John Cena, the more stronger, more experienced. And the defending champion, and you just take a back body drop from Montez Ford onto the mat, and now John Cena trying to pick up Montez, but he slips out the back door, and Montez full Nelson neck breaker, dropping John Cena, and Montez in the corner, feeling himself here. Went for that big move. John Cena countered it. I would say haven't scouted, but I don't know if he's ever watched a Montez Ford match, but that's the experience played dividends for Cena right there. And now going to his favorite move, dropping the forearm and the elbow, now punch, the series of punches, the combination strikes. John Cena trying to get fired up, but Montez Ford seemingly always stopping John Cena right when he tries to build just a little bit of momentum. Montez Ford showing the athletic prowess right there. Drop kick, perfectly executed, into the cover. I doubt that gets it done. Maybe it does. No, a kick out. Got a 2 count. Montez trying to test where he's at, trying to see if he can catch Cena slipping. And now a drop kick right here as Angelo Dawkins supporting, being kind of like Montez's cheerleader. As you know, Montez, the husband. And oh my God, what type of move is that? Jumping cross body onto Cena. Oh, he went from 5-star frogs, but Cena rolled out the way. Cena's time his times in this match against RVD might have paid off dividends for there. And now these two trading blows, and John Cena headbutts, dropping Montez Ford down. And now John Cena got Montez right where he wants him. You can't see him. Cena, 5-knuckle miss. Montez rushes, Cena gets out the way. Cena picks him up, and Montez in the cover. It's put so many guys away. Can he do it to retain? No. Montez on a very very short list of men to kick out of that move. And again, the crowd here in Omaha, Nebraska, loving that he kicked out. And Montez sending Cena in. Oh, Cena getting close on. Cena's in trouble. Blockbuster connects onto Cena, who is now laid out here. And Montez Ford at the top. 5-star frog splash connects. Can he do it? Do we have a new champion in a better pitting position? The cover. Do we have a new champion? What the hell is this? Jimmy Uso pulling Montez. Oh, that was Jay Uso pulling Montez Ford off. Solo attacking Andrew Dawkins. Cena trying to get to his feet. Oh, spear. And now Jimmy spears Cena. What the hell is this about? You know what? Maybe we cast our minds back. Oh my God, Andrew Dawkins ate a Samoan spike. But we cast our minds back a few weeks before, or a week before, Money in the Bank, the go-home show of Raw. Maybe this is because the Street Profits interject themselves in the Bloodline's business when they came out to attack Cody Rhodes and jump him. And maybe John Cena's the casualty of the situation out here. This match has been just torn apart. And Jay just Irish whipped John Cena really hard into the corner. And now saying something to Cena. I couldn't quite pick up what he was saying to him. And now just throws him outside. And oh my God, Andrew Dawkins again. That Shield S powerbomb onto the announce table. Angelo Dawkins in a heap of pain. Montez Ford laid out at ringside. Dawkins and Cena laid out at ringside. And Jimmy and Jay and now Solo are walking up to the ramp. No doubt doing the bidding of the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, who of course isn't here. These guys getting sent out to eliminate the threats. And they have done it once again. We gotta put a stop to this, but we're out of time for tonight.
Yeah, I will always be a warrior. You can't stop me, you can't stop me now. Yeah, I will always be a warrior.